If we leave out the Community Shield, the 2024-25 season makes it the 5th straight season that Arsenal have gone trophyless. During this period, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, United, Newcastle, heck, even West Ham and Leicester City have all won trophies, while Arsenal were not even able to get to a final. Obviously, Mikel Arteta has done an amazing job with that Arsenal team, taking them from being a banter club and a laughingstock and turning them into one of the best teams in Europe once again. They're now regular contenders for the biggest trophies. The only thing that's left now is to actually win a trophy, and to do that, some real business has to be done this summer. Want to know what we recommend? Well, come along as we look at 10 players Arsenal must consider signing this summer if they want to win trophies next season. With the signing of Martin Zubimendi having been completed, first on the list has to be Alexander Isak. It's no secret that Arsenal needs a striker. There were many games this season where it felt like a real world-class striker would have made a world of difference for them, and right now, one of the best world-class strikers on the market is Isak. Of course, it will be a huge purchase, but it's one that almost certainly raises the level of the team and possibly takes them over the line. Another thing to note is that Isak is a versatile player, so if Arsenal go for him, Havertz won't exactly have to be relegated to the bench. In some games, you can have Isak on the wing and Havertz down the middle. And then, culturally, Isak is just a perfect fit for Arsenal. He is an Henry regen and currently wears the number 14. He just seems like a player tailor-made for the Gunners. The former Dortmund man has already proved himself in the Premier League, so there's little risk there. However, Newcastle won't be letting him go for less than 100 million euros, so that presents a bit of an obstacle for Arsenal. If the club don't feel convinced to spare that amount on him, then they could easily go for Benjamin Sesko. I mean, why not? He's 22 years old, has insane striking ability, is crazy good in the air, and will cost just about the same price, or maybe even less than what they'll get a 27-year-old Gyökeres for. Having sorted out the striker problem, Arsenal would then need to address the wings. Apart from Saka, Arsenal don't have anybody who can almost single-handedly decide games, and this has made the burden on Saka a little too much. With this in mind, we'll say Arsenal need to really consider signing. Wait, have you subscribed to the channel yet? If you have, you know that we love you, but if you haven't, go do that right away so that you never miss out on our amazing content. Done? Okay. The winger Arsenal must consider signing this summer is Nico Williams. He's fast, creative, a very good dribbler, can score goals, and at 22, he's still very young too. Arsenal have shown interest in the Spaniard in the past, and we think they need to go back for him this summer. He'll bring a very nice balance to the team. Nico on the left and Saka on the right with a very good striker down the middle will be a real movie. Another left winger they can consider is Jamie Gittens. Granted, he's still quite raw in certain aspects of his game, but this kid is just 20. He really could become a monster under Arteta. He's very fast, has one of the best dribbling numbers in Europe this season, and can play on both wings, meaning that he can also give Saka some much needed rest. And don't forget, Gittens is an Englishman and already has experience playing in London, as he was once on Chelsea's books, so adaptation won't be a problem at all. It also won't be a problem for Bilal El Kanous. You see, that kid is an actual baller. He's a damn good dribbler and a very creative attacking midfielder who's already proven himself in the Premier League. And this one has been made a tad bit easier for Arsenal because Leicester City have already been relegated, so they'll be looking to sell some of their valuable players. And we're pretty sure that if an upgrade is offered to the Moroccan in the form of Arsenal, he surely won't be turning it down. And don't forget that he's just 21 years old, so he's one for the present and the future. Now, Arsenal would have to be on the alert with their recruitment so as to get some really great bargains. For example, Leroy Sané's contract with Bayern Munich expires this summer, and it's still uncertain whether the club will give him what he's asking for to remain at the club. This presents a massive opportunity for Arsenal. If the German winger is considering leaving Bayern this summer as a free agent, Arsenal should be all over him. We're talking about a 29-year-old who has won a truckload of trophies, including multiple Premier League titles. He's explosive, can play anywhere across the front line, is very experienced, and very importantly, he can break open a game all by himself. And in case you're bothered about his fitness, that's actually not a real issue. Sane has never missed up to 10 games in a season because of injury since he joined Bayern Munich. He is a real machine, and it will be a criminal if Arsenal don't try and go get him for free. It's players like this that win you trophies. They must also consider getting Mohamed Kudus. With West Ham having been very disappointing this season, the Ghanaian will probably be looking for a way out in the summer, and we're pretty sure he'd fancy remaining in London. Kudus is a crazy good dribbler and has that ability to create something out of nothing. We have no doubt that a player of his quality will absolutely explode in a good team surrounded by good players. But our favourite thing about him is that he can play anywhere on the pitch. Absolutely anywhere. This season alone, Kudus has played as a left winger, right winger, centre forward, attacking midfielder, right midfielder and left midfielder. A player like this will be a very valuable asset to a team like Arsenal. Now, the club has also been linked with Joan Garcia, and it might not be a bad signing at all if they can pull it off. It could give Raya a bit of a challenge while also having a very solid goalkeeper for the cup games. It might be overlooked as nothing more than a luxury signing, but this could really be the secret to securing one of the domestic trophies. Also, just imagine if Raya picks up an injury. With a solid goalkeeper like Joan Garcia, who's currently having an unbelievable season with Espanyol, Arsenal would be covered. Now, at this point, it's pretty obvious that Arsenal have to have a really huge summer window, and what this means is that they might have to spend huge on a marquee signing. It could be Isak, like we mentioned earlier, or it could be Rodrigo. The Brazilian seems like he's on his way out of Real Madrid. He was left on the bench for the entirety of the league-deciding Clásico, with Ancelotti instead choosing to give minutes to Victor Munoz, a kid from the academy. On top of that, there have already been reports that Rodrigo will be on the market this summer, so that Real Madrid can raise funds to buy players they need. Now, considering Arsenal need a top-class left winger, they can offer Rodrigo the privilege of playing in his preferred position. A player like Rodrigo, with all his experience at such a young age, could be a real difference maker for Arsenal. He's definitely a signing worth considering, but one thing is, he certainly won't be cheap. Finally, this might seem crazy to some people, but there's actually no reason why Arsenal shouldn't try to seduce Kevin De Bruyne. The Belgian has revealed that it wasn't his decision to leave Man City this summer, and he still thinks he can be playing at an elite level. So why not? Yes, considering he is a Man City legend, it might be a little difficult to convince him to join Arsenal because of the recent bitter rivalry between those two clubs, but it's certainly worth a try. We're talking about one of the greatest players in Premier League history here. It has been a bad season for him, but he's still been involved in 11 goals in 18 Premier League starts. Those are his standards. So, difficult or not, as a free agent, Arsenal should at the very least try. Anyway, we now want to hear from you guys. Get in the comments and tell us who you want your favourite club to sign this summer. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so that you never miss out on amazing content like this. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.